The Obamacare drama still going strong. In this episode, Kathleen Sebelius watches the website crash right in front of her at a media event as she tries to show how easy it is to use. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, President Obama meets with state insurance commissioners about getting people back on canceled plans. That's after he blames Republicans for his healthcare rollout disaster. With me now is one of those Republicans, Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me start with what happened with Kathleen Sebelius. You know, once again, they went out and tried to do a demonstration. At the time, I mean, it was very similar to what happened when she was being questioned in front of you and you put up the website here. Once again, they were trying to use it and it crashed. Are you surprised that this is still going on?
You know, I'm not surprised at all. I do find it so terribly disappointing. But bear in mind, they brought out a product that was about half cooked. And as Mr. Chow told us yesterday, you've got about 40% of the website that is yet to be built. I think this is all indicative of greater problems with the policies and the entire program that are going to manifest themselves over the next several months.
Yeah, without question, there are a lot of problems. At the same time, though, the president seems to be blaming you and other Republicans. Let me play that soundbite for you and get your reaction on the other side.
One of the problems we've had is one side of Capitol Hill is invested in failure. We're going to have to obviously remarket and rebrand, and that will be challenging in this political environment.
Are you invested in failure?
Not at all. I would submit to the president for his consideration the fact, the very apparent fact, that obviously his team was invested in failure because, as you know, you either fail to plan or you plan to fail. And they didn't do the planning that was necessary to be successful. So therefore, they must have not cared if this was successful or not. So we're the ones that have consistently for many years said we need to bring some reforms to the health care delivery and the health insurance marketplace. We have brought forward those reforms out of the House repeatedly. We continue to encourage some of these. Fair and equitable tax treatment for small and large businesses, across state line purchase of health insurance, portability, the list goes on and on. So I would submit to the president that if he is concerned about someone being invested in failure, he should begin by looking at HHS.
Does it disturb you that he's talking about remarketing and rebranding the product? I don't know that it's the way people are. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. How disrespectful of the American people. They have clearly said, we do not want this program. We do not want this approach to health care. We don't want the federal government making these decisions. And the president is not engaged to the level that he understands it is not a branding problem or a marketing problem. It is a philosophical problem. And people do not want the federal government being in charge of their options and choices for health insurance or in charge of their access to health insurance. You know, it's a very dangerous thing to start giving incentivized use of health care and then individuals not be able to see a physician to deliver the care that is desperately needed.
Yeah. The president tried to fix the broken promise, if you like your plan, you can keep it, by saying, well, we're going to let you keep it for another year. A lot of state insurance commissioners have said that's not possible. In response to that, this afternoon, the president brought a lot of state insurance commissioners to the White House. Do you think that was a bribe, a browbeating, a meeting of the minds? What do you think went on there?
I don't know. I just hope it wasn't a woodshed. We'll say that because our state insurance commissioners and those state departments of insurance work very closely to make certain that the marketplace is solvent and it is stable, and you're going to see a continuity of product within that marketplace. This takes time. It takes underwriting and actuarial work by those insurance companies, and I know each state wants to make certain that they are a fair place for doing business, that they are a solvent place for doing business, and they don't want problems on their hands. I think changing the rules and trying to force them to do things that they, at this point in time, cannot accommodate is very difficult. Some states will be able to make that change, others will not.
At the same time, I mean, you can see people that are in favor of the Affordable Care Act say, well, at this point, we are where we are. And, you know, Democrats can't win for losing because, you know, the president was trying to respond to people wanting to keep their plan. He tried to do something. What is the most productive thing to do right now since we are where we are? What's the best fix in the short term?
I think the best fix in the short term is a suspension of everything related to the president's health care law. It clearly is not working. And what we need the opportunity to do is to go back in and pull down some of these provisions that are not working. And we need to figure out first where all of the problems are. Every day brings a complete new set of problems that have arisen either with the health care marketplace and the website, or with the insurance issues and the loss of policies, the loss of access to the insurance marketplace, the escalation of rates for costs, the problems that the hospitals are seeing, the problems we're having with physicians and the care providers. So what this is basically a systemic shock to our health care system, and this is 1/6 of our nation's economy. I think it is time for a suspension, and then let's get back in here and try to clean this up. And Melissa, I have to tell you, I think the cleanup on this is going to take us months. It's already very expensive. It's going to take us a lot of time.
Congresswoman Blackburn, thanks for spending time with us.
Absolutely. Always good to talk with you. Thank you.